I think living with Logan, to be honest, was a huge mental growth moment for me because the way he thinks is just so much different. And being around a successful person with that energy rubs off on you. And you start to realize, wow, like, this is possible.
Yeah.
Like, this dude's doing it. The way he thinks is like, you think he's fucking crazy. Like, I remember he used to say in the mirror every morning,
we could blame it on another bad season.
welcome into the podcast, another episode of a one-man show. We got me.
We got me.
And we got Big Bear Lake.
Oh, and if you look back far enough, right at the top of that mountain, Adelia is sitting right up there.
Unfortunately, we couldn't get a cord long enough to reach her mic, but she is there, in fact, providing some really valid input.
On at least just the melt of the glaciers up there.
Yeah.
Global warming
We'll
and
check
such.
in with her to see how things are back there. We thought it'd be cool, guys. We escaped LA this weekend, and we just wanted to get out of there and get out of the nonsense and slow down. So we came up to Big Bear Lake. My family has a place here. Not my immediate family, my cousins. So don't worry, we're not Airbnb-ing. We're keeping it in the family.
Keeping it in the family, fam.
And it's quarantine. We've been stuck in our apartments, bored. And the crazy thing is, we came up here to Big Bear. Dude, life's normal.
It's chilling. Everybody's just super chill up here.
Bro, it literally says, there's signs that say optional face masks. Like,
we're walking in there all guarded up in like gloves and everything. We're just like, hey. They're like, oh, you don't have to wear those if you don't want to.
Yeah. It's super laid back here comparatively to LA, where you can't even go into a store if you don't have a face mask on.
You literally get kicked out.
How have you felt about this weekend?
Honestly, great, man. I was born and raised in Washington State, and this just kind of feels like home to me.
Yeah.
You know,
but you hated it.
I hated living in a small town.
Okay.
But being in the wilderness, being in the forest, and being outdoors feels peaceful. It just feels calm. It feels like you get the refresh and the restart that you don't get in LA. There's always this like, you have to have pace. There's energy, I love that. In LA. But I also, it's nice to get this moment.
I feel like in LA, if you're not doing something, at least me personally, I feel like someone's beating me.
Yeah, somebody's judging you 100%.
Yeah, or they're just, like, I don't have days where I just sit back and relax. Voice crack. So coming out here, and it's crazy. We were only here for like a day and a half, 2 days.
Bro.
We're just wrapping up. We're about to head home. It felt like a week, bro.
100%. We did so much in the 2 days that we were here, though. What was your favorite part of being here?
I think the bonfire.
Yeah?
Just like, I don't know what it is. It reminds me of home, just sitting back next to a fire. We lit up a cigar. I had the taste in my mouth for the whole time I was here, which I hate, but
sipped on some whiskey.
It felt like I didn't have a worry in the world. And we were joking about, like, this is the place you go to have all your problems disappear.
Yeah.
And it genuinely felt like that. It was like, damn, I don't really have any responsibilities right now. I'm enjoying myself. And I think it's important to take vacations, which is something I haven't done in forever. Are you a vacationer?
Not really, no. I get actually anxiety about taking vacations because I feel like I'm going to miss out on something.
Fear, like, yeah, that's me too. Oh, God, we got some terrible winds coming in.
Jesus Christ! Hide your kids! Hide your wife, because it's windy out here.
Yeah, if you guys hear a little ruffle, we're high elevation.
In the wilderness. Bear with us.
Yeah, I feel that too when I travel. I hate living out of a suitcase. And I know a lot of people have fear of missing out when they don't go out. I have fear of missing out on opportunities.
Yep.
I used to not go on vacations because I was like, oh, what if I get an audition and I'm not here?
Yeah.
And that would happen all the time. I mean, I'm not going on as many auditions, but...
Bro, every time I schedule a vacation, I book something. So I started like scheduling things just to book something.
That's a good idea. You manifest it.
Like, I'm gonna leave.
Yo, so in YouTuber news, did you see Lance 210 got engaged?
Yeah. Okay, tell me if you felt this as well, but when I saw the post, I thought it was a prank.
Me too.
Right?
It sucks because it's a genuine moment. And like, I've had Lance on the podcast and we got deep into our talk, and such a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, but he's caught up in like the prank scene.
Yeah.
And,
clickbait.
Well, yeah, the clickbait. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, this dude pranked
his girlfriend.
Which sucks because like you want to go there and see this genuine moment, which obviously you get to see. But on first thought, you're like, oh, here we go again. Lance with the clickbait.
Yeah.
But so happy for him.
Got ourselves a motorcycle coming in the background.
Yeah, we got dirt bikers coming in hot. What if he just launches off this ramp?
Dude, straight crashes in between us.
It's so sick up here. You guys hear that? Dude's just straight shredding. Travis Pastrana.
Mobbing through here. What's up, Trav?
But super happy for Lance. He was
Yeah.
dating her for like 5 months and got married, so he must be hella in
Engaged, not married yet.
love. Or whatever, you know what I mean?
Do you have any plans of getting married or engaged anytime soon?
You know, we talked about this. I don't know, man. I'm very good at observing my family.
Yeah.
Marriage, it seems cool, right?
No. But go on.
But I always like, everyone when they get married, they're like, always say, yo, don't get fucking married, bro.
Literally.
Why
Yeah.
do they say that? It's like a blessing and a curse, I feel like.
I don't know. I get this mixed vibe. Like, if I ever get married, it'll probably be in like my 50s or 60s, honestly. At that point, it's just like for somebody else's comfort, not really
To
mine.
not die alone.
Not even necessarily. I don't mind that as much. I think it's more like people get married so young because they have their own FOMO of like not having kids, not having this white picket fence life, that they don't realize that they've got time, you know? And
Right.
there's so much life to be lived. Like we don't have kids. We literally just picked up one day and we're like, hey, we're coming out to go to Big
last
Bear.
minute.
No,
You can't do that when you have kids.
you can't.
You know, you got to get a nanny. You got to plan all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
You know, my brother, actually, he's getting married. His wedding got postponed. And I don't even know what the situation is, but basically the place where he had to put down a security deposit for like the
Yeah.
wedding. And then the coronavirus happened. And they're like, yo, we can't have the wedding.
Right.
And this place is trying to like say, fuck you, we're taking your security deposit. And they're like,
Stop.
dude, what the fuck? Like, that's such
literally an act of God. You
Yeah.
can't do anything about it.
You can't do anything about it. So they're dealing with that whole situation right now. Do you think that people want to have like extravagant weddings? I've always thought about this. Like, why not just get married with your family to show other people that, like, what is the point of a wedding?
Yo, it's a brag.
It's a brag to other people
For sure it is.
in this day and age, in my opinion.
Totally. It's for the Instagram post now. I mean, but they've been doing that for hundreds of years. Like whoever had the biggest wedding won
Right.
royalty and all such. But I think, I don't know. If I was to get married right now, I would just totally elope. I would invite like my parents and some like very close friends.
Would I be there?
And that's it. No, fuck no.
I'd be up on the best man, be like, you know what? There was this one day, you know, Pearson came downstairs, butt cheek naked.
Yep.
Random hooker.
Yep. I'm like, Mark, no.
Your wife's like, her dad's like,
Nice,
so
bro.
uncomfortable.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I think that me personally, I know my parents are listening. I don't want to get married in a church. I want it to be in some dope location.
Yeah.
Small, remote, but like
Top
just
of a mountain like
top
this.
of a mountain, whatever.
Yeah.
Malibu, I don't know. Sorry, Dad.
Sorry,
We'll have to
sorry,
have that
Dad.
talk. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have
Um,
anybody you're talking to right now that has potential?
No chance.
Yeah.
I don't see marriage happening to me. I mean, I did write a song called No Love in LA. You should go stream it. But I don't think I'll find my wife
It
in
reminds
LA.
me of a memory that I had
About a bad season.
about a bad season. Go stream all those songs right now.
I just don't think the one for me is in LA. It's tough because I like LA's pace. I like
Yeah.
the people in LA, how they're goal oriented and they are fast paced and they have a vision. I honestly don't know what I want when it comes to a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a big issue for me. I just want to live my life right now. And I think that this first year living alone, no girlfriend, no roommate, no nothing, was the first true year of my life where I grew.
Yeah,
And I was like, damn, I lived this year for me.
absolutely.
And I feel like I didn't do that my whole life because, you know, you got college, you're going to school, you're not really living the life you want to live.
Your time's always filled with everybody else's.
Yes. And then, you know, I moved out here and I was working jobs. And then I got in a relationship and it was just like, I never was like solely focused on me.
Yeah.
And it feels good to finally be in that position. So I'm super happy with, oh, we got a dirt biker.
There he is.
Yeah,
What's up,
there he is.
Squadron.
Maybe we should ask him to come on the podcast.
Might as well. Come join in. Just cruise right through this.
Cruise right through. What if he just went right through?
That would have been so dope.
Such fun.
What's your favorite part and least favorite part about LA, and what did you learn from both of those things?
My least favorite part is that friendships do come and go because, you know, people are moving to LA for themselves and for their careers. It's not really a place where you're going to settle down.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks. And then my favorite part is that part. Everyone's on the hustle. They believe in themselves. The
Yeah.
mentality, the mentality is so much different mentally. obviously, I just fucking said the mentality is so much different mentally. They believe in themselves, and I feel like it's hard to believe in yourself when you're in a small town when people don't think big.
No.
And everyone in LA thinks big.
How much shit did you get when you left your town?
I got like the mockery, the sarcastic, like, oh, Mr. LA, like, let me know when, or don't forget us.
Back.
Don't forget us when you're famous, like this stuff, and like the lack of belief.
Yeah.
But then when I started to make a name for myself, people were chill. Obviously.
Yeah.
I was voted most likely to be on a reality TV show by my high school, so kind of coming true.
Is your own reality TV show.
What about you? What's the biggest shift in Moses Lake to LA, and why do you like LA and hate Moses Lake?
Just to be clear for everybody that's from Moses Lake, I don't hate Moses Lake. I just hate the lack of opportunity and the feeling of being trapped. I think that comes from a lot of small towns is you will only succeed to become the manager of that one store, to maybe run the farm, or to like, that's the ceiling.
Right.
And you literally peak right there. You marry your high school sweetheart and find out 20 years later that you only married her because she was the hottest girl in school, and you have 4 kids and you guys get a divorce a few years later. It's just like, I never understood that mentality of, I don't want to go out and experience life and the world, and we've discovered so much and we've unlocked so much potential for the entire world to discover, right? But we just stay in our small towns. I have a friend that has literally never been outside of the state.
My brother hasn't been out of the country. Neither of them.
Wow.
My parents in quite some time.
What a missed opportunity.
But I mean, it's about life and what you want, right?
Yeah.
He wants that life. He wants to have a family, and we got in this argument about, my life is in a sense selfish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing what I want to do,
Yeah.
not what my family wants. Obviously, my family would love for me to be in Ohio.
How much do they benefit from your success, though? Everybody benefits from the rising tide brings up all ships, and you create auxiliary benefits from your.
I send them things when like a company reaches out, and
sure,
I don't have a lot of I have everything I need. So like when a company reaches out, I'll just send them like Bose headphones or the Bose frames or shoes, whatever. Send it to my family. I do that. I give my dad a motorcycle. Like I have cool opportunities to do that and make his life happier. And I think, obviously my parents, if I'm happy, they're happy. So I would much rather be in LA and happy than miserable. Not to say I would be miserable in Ohio. I think about it sometimes. Like coming up here, it's it's a slow life.
Yeah.
And it's less pressure on myself.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to do less, which is nice.
Do you feel like you lose your edge when you come up to places like this, or it refines the edge when you get back to LA?
It excites me to work harder.
Yeah.
Especially going home. I don't know so much about this. I actually really enjoyed this, to be honest.
Yeah.
Usually I can't wait to get back from Ohio.
Right. I think this is the perfect amount of time for me. I can't really spend more than like 2 or 3 days in a quote-unquote vacation setting. Like, I love my job. I really do. I love working. I love filming. I love being on set. I love vlogging. It's just like anything to do that's productive. That makes me happy.
I feel like I would really enjoy. I've never in my life just gone somewhere by myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Just picked up and leave by myself. I always go with people because I do like to be around people. I'm wondering how this trip would have been if I was just literally by myself.
Bro, it's great.
You do that?
So I backpacked through Europe for 2.5 weeks. Started in London, went to Scotland, and then flew to Iceland. And the first 3 days were absolute miserable. They're so miserable because you have this like detox of being able to talk to somebody or catch up with them because you're on totally different schedules. Checking your social media to have the FOMO moments, and then but after the 3rd day, it was like I got fully submersed in loving myself. There's no better way to describe it than that. But like, you just learn to care about yourself better and like appreciate the things that you wanted or needed on that journey, and it's healing. It's really nice.
How do you not feel lonely in those situations? By yourself. Like, what is it? You do?
You definitely do. And there's a lot of moments that you're like, fuck, I wish there was somebody here I could share this with. Take the picture and then share it with somebody later. But it isn't always necessarily about the group environment as much as it is about expanding your life in those moments.
Do you think that growth, I mean, I would say actually growth comes from being alone. That's why I've felt most growth this year.
Yeah.
Where would you say the most growth has come in your, hold for a motorcycle.
Hello? Mom? One more. Hello?
Where would you say the most growth from your life has come? In what years? Because you're what, 28?
Yeah. I would say the biggest growth moments for me was the first time I moved out completely on my own. That was a huge step. And then when I became financially successful, which was like, I don't know, more than just paying my bills and scraping by. When I say financially successful, like I could actually make investments. I think those were the two biggest growth stages in my life because I literally had to shift my mind to adapt with the change. You cannot stay the same once those major changes happen in your life. Otherwise, you revert back to that old thing. Those are my biggest growth moments, and I'm way better because of it. What about you?
I think college was a huge step up. I think that prepared me for adulthood, actually.
Yeah.
Just the fact, and I think anybody that goes to college should try to live on campus and not at home and commute if they have that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I know not everybody is financially off to do that, but it just prepares you to be an adult. You know, you got to do your laundry. You got to go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
You got to do the dishes. And when you're stuck in that home environment and mom and dad still do that for you,
taking all those things for granted.
You're up for a rude awakening.
Oh, yeah.
When you go and live by yourself. Like, you're like, fuck, man. Like, I got to buy laundry detergent. I got to buy cleaner. I got to buy dish stuff. You don't realize how much your parents do as adults when you're a kid. So that was a huge growth moment. I think being in LA this whole year has been a huge growth moment. I think living with Logan, to be honest, was a huge mental growth moment for me because the way he thinks is just so much different. And being around a successful person with that energy rubs off on you. And you start to realize, wow, like, this is possible.
Yeah.
Like, this dude's doing it. The way he thinks is like, you think he's fucking crazy. Like, I remember he used to say in the mirror every morning, I was sleeping in the closet on the air mattress, and he would wake up and go in the mirror and say, I will be the biggest entertainer in the world, to himself in the mirror 10 times. And I was like, this dude's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
Like, what is he saying, you know? Fast forward 2-3 years, biggest vlogger on the freaking thing.
Right.
Just like that mentality of like, wow, and the fact now that I see things and I'm like, that's crazy that person's thinking that way. It's like, I want to think crazy.
Yeah.
And people think you're crazy when you say stuff, but then you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, holy fuck, like, that dude has a crazy mindset.
It's the crazy people that change the world.
Literally.
Look at Elon Musk. Everybody said he was nuts when he started making SpaceX and Tesla and all these different companies, but he keeps winning. It's the crazy people that make the biggest impact on the world.
Yeah, and I try to have these conversations with the people around me and up their spirits and let them, believe in themselves.
What do you think that is? And this is a spiritual versus scientific question, right? Do you think that it's Logan put the energy out there and the universe responded, or do you think that it's Logan spoke that to himself so he became more confident over time and subconsciously kept moving in those directions every time?
It's like one of those. It's those things that girls do a lot. Affirmations.
Yeah.
They like write notes and like read them. He did that kind of stuff. He had it written up on the wall. I will be the biggest entertainer. So I think he just spoke it into existence.
Mm-hmm.
He also has crazy work ethic.
Yeah.
And he's very competitive until he achieves.
His thing.
His whatever he sets his mind to, he's going to be the best at it. Unless he's fighting. But you know what I'm saying? He gives it his all, 110% all the time. And I even have people reaching out to me because we get up 5:30 for stonks, which I got clapped this past week.
Yeah. Long term, though.
Yeah, long term good. I got people DMing me like, dude, what are you waking up so early for during this quarantine? Like, how are you doing it? And I was like, dude, I don't know. You have to have purpose. You have to have a reason to wake up.
You have to find your why.
Why am I waking up every day? Why am I living life every day?
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people haven't figured that out yet. I don't know if I have, my purpose comes and goes and what I want. A lot of people don't know what they want, and they don't really sit back and think about it.
Yeah.
They just get comfortable and let life happen, which is totally fine.
Well, I think it is fine until you're 40 and have a midlife crisis.
Exactly. I think people need to really sit down, reflect, and be like, what is it that I want in life? What makes me happy? Let me write that down. These are the things that make me happy. How can I do this for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
And whether it be, okay, I like filming videos.
Yeah.
I like hanging out with friends.
Mhm.
I like helping people. I like reading. Okay, what job can I do that does that? I mean, obviously that's my job. But like,
Right.
Really write down what makes you happy and try to
Succeed.
do it,
Yeah.
you know? And it's going to take some blood, sweat, and tears. I know when I was doing shit, I was working full-time for Logan. I was doing Ariana Grande behind the scenes. I was working for Jay-Z's Untitled.
Mhm.
And in my free time, I was doing the vlogs. I was doing the skits. So it's like, you got to sacrifice the Netflix at night. You got to sacrifice your favorite TV shows that you tune into weekly. You got to sacrifice playing those video games with your friends. You got to sacrifice not going to the bonfire where all your friends are
Yep.
to focus on your dream if you really want to achieve it.
Yeah.
And that energy rubs off on people when they see that you're committed and they're like, damn, that's fucking dope.
Yeah.
I remember a girl asked me to hang out. And I really wanted to hang out with her.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, bro, I know I got to work. I shouldn't do this right now.
Yeah.
So I texted her. I was like, look, I'm sorry to cancel on you, but I really got to get this done. And she was like, I respect that. I love that. That's attractive. You know,
Mhm.
when you're focused on your dreams and your visions.
Okay. Random side trail. Since we're on the mountains.
Since we're on the trails.
Since we're on the trails up in the mountains. Thoughts on Sasquatch? Will we find him?
I feared running into a bear up here
Yeah.
because Pearson sent me a video of a guy that got mauled by a bear.
Yo, if you haven't seen that yet, there's this guy who literally got his face swiped off by a bear, and he's still alive, but he killed a bear.
I do not recommend watching the video.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, never mind. Fucking don't
It's
listen
very
to
graphic.
that. Yeah, he lived.
I don't know, man. We watched a movie last night. We got a red box,
Yeah.
which is crazy. I haven't done that since Ohio.
Yeah,
'Cause there's no
seriously.
Wi-Fi up here. My cousins don't have Wi-Fi, so we had to rent a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Felt like I was in 2000, but back at
Seriously.
Blockbuster. And it was the Kristen Stewart movie. They're on the bottom of the ocean. All these random ass species are down there
Underwater.
I think there's so many things we haven't discovered yet. Like, what if there's animals living in the core? Like, what if there's a whole hollow world underneath us?
I thought about that. That'd be really interesting. I mean, the science wouldn't make any sense, but it's pretty dope to think that there's the possibilities of our understanding are kind of endless. We constantly upgrade our knowledge based on the environment around us. And, you know, for the longest time, we didn't think that anything could survive like past 120 degrees Fahrenheit.
Right.
And then you go to the bottom of the ocean, you see these like 300 degree, 400 degree vents, volcanic vents, and you've got all these like the sea life living around it. Not only living, but thriving around it. So our understanding changes all the time. I think it's definitely possible that there's a lot more life out there that we don't understand, that we think wasn't possible before, but could have existed. Do I think we'll find Bigfoot?
Sasquatch?
Sasquatch,
Same
Bigfoot,
thing.
the Yeti. I don't know. Maybe he's like a really old Neanderthal human dude, just really hairy, just fucking went out, living his life out in the woods.
Who knows, man?
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be nuts, though.
We played catchphrase last night.
Oh, yeah.
Super fucking fun.
We killed it.
I like that we didn't really do much on our phones this weekend. Obviously, we took photos and whatnot. And
Yeah.
vlogged. We just chilled, man.
It was nice.
What was your favorite moment?
I think my favorite moment was actually when we were up here yesterday looking at the sunset.
Dude.
This,
I'll put a clip right now.
yeah. That sunset is unreal. You cannot beat that. When
Right.
you're sitting on top of a mountain, you've got the snow in the background, you've got just it makes you feel how vast and great the world is.
Right. That's why we wanted to come up here and do the podcast before we went back.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, too. Like, we came up here to get away, and we end up working, you know?
But it's still like a getaway work or workcation. I
I'm
like
s-
workations.
Got this log going so far up my ass right now.
Dude, my butt cheeks are hurting like crazy. Okay, what's one thing that you're going to take back with you from this trip to push you? What's something that you've learned from the trip?
To chill out on myself.
Mm-hmm.
To not put so much pressure on myself, to not try so hard. I think back in the day when I was vlogging, I wasn't trying, dude. I was just living life, having fun.
Yeah.
And then I started to try too hard. And I think it caught up with me, and I was like, this video's got to be the best. It's got to do the best. I'm just going to make what I want to make, have fun with it,
Yeah.
chill, do what I want to do, not care about other people's opinions. You know, I got the car wrapped. Pearson doesn't like the color I chose, but
Creamy beige.
it doesn't matter, man, because it's my car.
It is your car.
And
By
I
the
drive
way,
it every day.
It shouldn't matter what I think. At the end of the
Right.
day, like, we do care about what our friends think, but at the end of the day, it should only matter that you love it.
Right. Because I drive it every day.
Exactly.
And I fucking like it, okay?
And you didn't get that nasty-ass gray color that looks like a toy car.
Yeah.
I
He
hated that.
didn't want me to get the Nardo gray.
It's crap.
He said it looks like a
A toy car.
toy car.
It's trash.
You know, it's funny. Not funny, but what was really inspiring actually from this trip was this morning I woke up and I went outside on the front porch, and Pearson's sitting there with his headphones in, his AirPod Pros, listening to Interstellar soundtrack, reading a book by Neil deGrasse Tyson. And I go over to this kid's house all the time. He's got all these books sitting out. This dude reads more than anyone I know. And he's always posting in the morning like motivational quotes from this book he reads.
Yeah.
Why do you enjoy reading so much? Because I think that's a lost art.
I like reading. It's weird. I don't necessarily like reading, but I love what I gain from it. The knowledge and the value that it puts into my life. I feel like it's a great way to start your day and to ease into it, because I have to take sleeping pills because of insomnia. So it takes me a minute to get going in the mornings, and rather than going straight into a run, I'll drink my coffee, read a book, and it allows my body to wake up and my mind to get moving. And then I feel like I've accomplished something on top of that, and I've learned something new. And to me, a lot of my life is spent asking a lot of questions. I always want to know why. And so a lot of times the books that I read answer a lot of my questions of like, why is the universe the way that it is? Why do the trees grow the way that they do? What is going on? And I feel like I can answer more of my questions in life the more that I learn and the more knowledge that I gain.
Do you ever read fiction?
Oh yeah.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, there was one of the first fiction books that I read that I couldn't stop reading was called Run Baby Run. It was about this guy who was in the Mau Mau's back in the day. It sounds ridiculous, but it was a crazy gang. It would be the equivalent of like the Bloods versus the Crips.
Okay.
The guy
We
was
have these two bandanas on our mics.
Literally. He was a beast. He was an absolute insane gang member, and then like his life got changed. He quote unquote got saved by a Christian pastor, and he turned his life around. Now I don't know if I agree with all the concepts in the book, but
Right.
it was a really incredible book. So yeah, I mean, I read. Wait, no, that was a nonfiction again.
Oh, it's a true story?
That was a true story. Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah, I have read nonfiction. There's something else I read, but
Interstellar?
God, I'd love to read that if that was a book.
Yeah.
What's your favorite book that you've ever read?
I mean, I've said it a million times.
Really?
The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It's kind of the only book I've read in the last 5 years. I mean, I read other self-help books,
Yeah.
but it really spoke to me. And it was I used to never read books like that. I would just read fiction,
Yeah.
because that's what you read in high school, like Fahrenheit 451, all those
Yeah.
kind of things. In Cold Blood.
Mm-hmm.
I read all those books.
Catcher in the Rye.
Catcher in the Rye. But you never read books that help you or change
life,
your life or change your perspective on things.
I read the You're a Badass book.
Mm-hmm.
That was one, kind of like The Subtle Art of Not
Right.
Giving a Fuck. It just changed your perspective on life, and why do we care so much about dumb shit?
You have to want to change to read those books.
Absolutely.
They're not going to change you. You have to want to change.
Yeah.
And you can't. I can't say, hey guys, go read this book. It'll change your life. Unless you like, if you're not happy, you want to change. Read the book. Think different. I always catch myself nowadays. I was negative for a couple days, and I'm like, God, I gotta stop, bro.
Yeah.
Gotta get this. Stop negativity. Be positive.
How do you stop negativity in people around you?
I don't know. You separate yourself from them or call them out.
Yeah. What do you do if they don't want to change?
Get them out of your life. If you don't want to be around that energy, bro, I'm always an advocate of like, get out of it, bro.
Yeah.
Like if someone's draining you, I know so many people that just complain about their friends. It's like, dude, either tell them what it is or just stop being friends with them.
Yeah.
Everyone's such a pussy when it comes to like being in a miserable relationship. We're all victim to it. and not breaking up with the person. You just like suffer. And every time you're with your friends, you're bitching and moaning about your girl or your guy. You know, he does this. It's like your friends, it takes a toll on their relationship.
Yeah.
And it's
you become that negative weight that just shows up to the group and the whole vibe changes.
Shifts. I think I applaud George when he was dealing with me and Kylie, because he was listening to both of our, problems. That fucking ruined our friendship at that time.
Yeah.
He was always like, I got to get out of the house and shit because
it's too much.
It's bad vibes, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I don't know.
It's a lot. It's a lot of weight to carry into a room.
It's hard. You know what I realize?
Huh.
And everyone is like, you fall in love.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so easy to fall out of love.
Oh, yeah. That can
You're
happen
hurting
in
for like
one day.
Dude, you're hurting for a month.
Yeah.
I can't live without this person. And then the one day a switch just flips.
Yo, we talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
Where it was everybody. I hate that phrase. I can't live without this person.
Yeah.
But literally, you lived your entire life without that person.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, in those few moments that you had sex or that you got excited about them or you thought how pretty they were, life goes on.
Yeah.
The world keeps spinning.
I think it's definitely, you can't find happiness in someone else.
Nope.
You have to be happy. They have to be happy. You have to come together and be happy together. You can't say I'm sad and I think that buying a puppy is going to make me happy. That you can't. That's not the reason to buy the puppy.
Yeah.
You should buy the puppy because you're happy in life and you're like, damn, bro, I want to share my excitement with a puppy. Not like, oh, I'm sad. I want to mope around all day and cuddle. I want someone to love me, so I'm gonna go get a fucking dog.
It's like those people that have kids to make their lives better and their marriage successful.
Because they have a reason to live now.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Hate that. They
That's
think that
awful.
it's gonna save the relationship or save the marriage.
You just pass that shit on to that kid.
Negativity, bad vibes. You have to do things for the right reasons, not for the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I was going somewhere with this and I forget what I was gonna say.
What do you think about the fact that we're opening up back the economy? Like we're slowly opening stores back up. There was bars open in Arizona.
Yeah,
People were
Tyler.
hanging out.
Tyler's filming right now. He said his friend had like a shift till midnight at like a bar in Arizona or some shit.
That's wild. And we're still in LA. Like
Can't do shit.
can't do anything.
I mean, I think it's good. We talked about it last week. I don't know. Maybe I'm insensitive about it. I just, I'm not at the front lines of it, so I don't know what it's like. I don't know what war's like.
Yeah. Totally.
So I can't speak for everybody that's actually dealing with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a fortunate circumstance. We got a biker coming through. How you doing, man?
Great.
Just filming a podcast.
You know how it is.
Hell yeah.
It's crushing
Absolutely.
it. See, this guy's out hustling.
Yeah, see? People just out biking.
He's living his life. I love that.
I don't live my life in fear.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I have a strong immune system, right? And I'm not going out,
We're not intentionally exposing ourselves to
Yeah.
anything that's ridiculous.
right. I'm not going out.
We didn't go out like those people. It was the beach protests where they're like, spit in my mouth, cough
Yeah.
in my face.
Yeah, that shit's wild.
That's
I'm
stupid.
doing things that I'm allowed to do.
I wouldn't do that in general, let alone during a pandemic.
You wouldn't spit in my mouth?
No, well, I'd spit in your mouth. I got you, bro.
I'm excited that it's opening back up.
Did you ever have a girl tell you to spit in her mouth?
Yeah, one
Yeah.
time. She's married now. poor husband.
I hope she listens to this podcast.
No chance.
I remember the first time a girl told me to do that, I literally stopped everything that I was doing and I was like,
What?
what do you mean? She's like, spit in my mouth. I was like, no.
You didn't do it?
No, I did. Eventually, she just I was like, but why would I do that? She was like, if I have to explain it, you won't. Just shut up and do it. And
I
was
don't
like,
know if
okay.
there's an explanation.
You can't really explain it. There's you clearly have enough saliva for other things, but it's just like the act of doing something dirty.
Ew, bro. I hate that. That's the worst thing ever. I'm checking on my notes to see.
What else?
Yo,
we got?
actually, I want to talk about this one thing.
Okay.
I got fucking clapped this week
Okay.
for what I called teaching Adelia a lesson.
Okay. Let's hear about this.
So in my vlog, everybody knows I like my white Vans. They're ruined right now, but this is an old pair that's ruined.
They're the pair that got Coca-Cola spilled on them. Dr.
Exactly,
Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. So I was saying in my vlog, nothing makes me mad. And Adelia, as a joke, obviously, threw Dr. Pepper on me, and it ruined my white Vans, which obviously she knew that would make me mad.
Yeah.
Great for the bit. Pissed me off because I just bought them. And the lesson that I was trying to teach, and a lot of people were saying, like, don't talk down on her. She's not a child, this, and that. A lot of people don't understand. I don't even know if I want to go into this. They don't see what goes on behind the scenes, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I am helping out Adelia a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I'm editing her videos. I hooked her up with a channel. Like, I'm changing her life.
Gave her 60,000 followers.
Yeah, I'm changing her life. I'm giving her a job when she doesn't have a job.
Yep.
And
She's now financially successful on YouTube.
yes, making now and
off of your edits and your coaching
and
during
my work,
everything.
doing everything, right? Gave her my camera. Like, I help her. I tell her how to structure a vlog, and
Yeah.
I showed her how to edit. She's finally editing.
And to be fair to Adelia, she is doing
Yes.
really well. She's
Yeah,
killing it.
I'm
This
not
is
talking shit.
We're not talking shit. This is just like, this is what it takes to learn that quickly and to become that quickly successful.
Right. So to me, it's like, okay, when someone does that for you, I don't have to.
Right.
It's a little she does look to me for guidance.
Right.
She looks to me to like it's like the
Like,
Logan.
how many questions do you get a day?
Hundreds.
Yeah.
It's like the Logan Paul situation where I was like, damn, this dude thinks different.
Yeah.
I think different than Adelia.
Right.
And I'm trying to bring her to that thinking level.
Yeah.
And people see it as talking down, and it's not talking down. It's just like I'm trying to.
She's literally asking to learn things.
Yes, she's asking to learn things. So the situation, in my eyes, and I don't know, I respected that she did it.
Right.
The frustration, and I wasn't frustrated after she actually paid for me. The lesson I was trying to teach is people have to be willing to suffer the consequences.
Yep.
So for me personally, obviously a pair of shoes is $55 for fans. It's not that big of a deal.
No.
But for someone who just lost their job and is on unemployment, I know that is that was an expensive
Gag.
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, am I supposed to have someone ruin something of mine and then I pay for it because they ruined it as a joke?
Yeah.
Or should they pay for what they ruined? And I know that, you know, after off camera, she was like, damn, I'm $65 poor.
Yeah.
She said that, and I didn't put that in the vlog and stuff. And it's like, I know that hurt her.
Yeah.
So obviously I paid her back, but it was like the lesson was you have to be willing to suffer the consequences. Yes, you can ruin my shoes as long as you pay me new ones.
Right.
But I knew it hurt her.
If you break it, you buy it. It's such a simple rule of life.
And I got clapped.
Yeah.
People were coming at me, bro.
Yeah. I see. I understand why they're coming at you because they're like, oh, yeah, you shouldn't be teaching her that stuff.
They don't understand the relationship.
Yeah, you guys really don't understand the dynamic that is actually in place. It is literally it's like
Big brother.
yeah, we've literally become Adelia's big brother. Oh, we got more bikers coming up.
We got some motorcyclers. Adelia's FaceTiming right now.
What's up, bro?
Coming in hot.
Coming in hot. Crush it, bro. Fucking get that skid.
Skid's good.
Skirt. Yeah, no, it really is a big brother. It's a mentorship. You've brought somebody in under a mentorship accessibility to you where she literally comes and stays at your house. You edit. You showed her how to edit. You showed her how to use all this equipment. You gave her a camera. You've given her literally thousands of dollars.
It's on my computer.
Yeah. And you are literally you are the leader. You are the mentor. You are the teacher. You are the coach. Literally what your job is to teach her about everything inside of this lifestyle.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And people don't understand that.
Right. You only think what you guys are missing is that you think we're all just friends. A lot of times they're like Mark's teaching me a lot of stuff about vlogging. I'm just an actor. I make movies. Like that's my job. I didn't know nearly as much about vlogging until Mark and I started working on them together.
Right.
Like so he was still in a lot of ways and still is my teacher on certain things where you come in and you're like, oh, you can't do this, but you should do this.
And it's like, it's not an equal thing.
No.
A teacher is more intelligent
You are.
on the craft.
Yeah.
You know,
Like you'll call me and be like, bro, that's trash. And I'll be like, all right, how do I change it?
And Pearson could critique anything on my acting.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yes, you're a fucking successful actor.
Right.
You've booked many jobs.
We've put in our 10,000 hours of work.
So it's like, if you looked, and Adelia asks me questions all the time, guys, all the time. So I'm her teacher. So I'm not talking down to her. I'm
coaching.
She's looking up to me.
Yeah.
Like
literally.
So I don't know. I just wanted to give my perspective on that. And I feel like it was super frustrating. I feel like a lot of people don't understand the relationship.
Yeah.
A lot of coaching in my life, to be honest, and growth has come from Pearson.
Yeah.
He's way more intelligent. He's 2 years older than me. He's lived more life than me. He's had more experiences of adulthood. I look to him for guidance in certain situations. And when I handle situations, I'm like, hey, Pearson, how should I go about handling this? You guys don't see that. Like me personally, I'm very blunt and direct.
Right.
And I would be worse at handling things and make people would think I'm a fucking asshole. I could say it to Pearson because he's like, yo, be straight with me.
Yeah.
But certain people, you can't say things a certain way because they will feel bad.
Think about how all of us can talk to our family. Like we're always we're assholes to our family. But a total stranger, we're wildly kind to.
Right.
We don't know them. They could have murdered somebody a week ago for all we know.
Yeah.
But you know, we're dicks to our family, right?
It's tough love.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's what we talked about on that one episode. Why are we assholes to the people we care about most? It's because we want the best out of them.
Yep.
So I could sit here and be like, you know what? All right, Adelia, go do this on your own.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
And then I'm an asshole now too.
Right.
You know, because it's like
it's a no-win scenario.
No-win scenario. So no matter what I do, and no matter what you do, guys, you're always going to be an asshole in someone's eyes. Someone could be like, dude, Pearson's the best. Right. But I'm sure if I went up to one of his ex-girlfriends, she'd be like, dude, fuck Pearson. Like, all he cares about is his craft. He doesn't want to get married. Like, she could have so many bad things to say about him.
True.
And
But I mean,
like,
she wouldn't. But
yeah. But you know what I'm saying? It's all about perspective and how situations with a certain individual, they really reflect on who you are.
Yeah, it's all about perspective. And I think it is important to have an opinion, to have thoughts that are individual to yourself.
Right.
Because that sets you apart from everybody else. And what we were talking about earlier was that, you know, when you say something that is your thought or your thing, you get a lot of hate for it. But at the end of the day, if you're not ruffling some feathers, you're probably not doing it right.
Right.
You know?
And it goes back to thinking different. Okay, a lot of people are upset with me. Maybe I am wrong, but like, this is how I handle situations, you know? And cool, like, I'm sure you've never made a mistake in your life.
Right. Yeah, I love the keyboard warriors that come out and they say a lot of shit. And I'm like, man, I would just love to like put you on blast and see what your life is like 24/7.
Yeah. I had one more thing that I wanted to say. Oh, yeah, and this goes back to the perspective thing, right? I gave Pearson a camera. I helped out Pearson. I gave Adelia a camera. I'm helping out Adelia, editing, doing all this stuff. And then my other friend, I didn't give them a thing. And it's like, oh, I'm an asshole.
Right.
Because I helped out Pearson and I helped out Adelia, but I didn't help out this person. And I had this talk with this person, and I was like, look, how am I the asshole? Because I'm not helping you?
Yeah.
What are you doing for me?
Yeah.
Like, I'm fucking busting my ass. I'm posting 3 vlogs a week. I'm posting a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm editing Adelia's vlogs now 2 times a week. She edits, 80% of them, but I still have to sit there after I finish mine and do hers.
Yep.
I'm grinding, bro. I don't have time to edit 3 fucking people's videos a week.
Yeah.
So it's like, no matter what you do, man, you can't make everyone happy.
Well, I think it's also important to address the fact that this person wasn't adding to your life in general.
Right.
I mean, they add in their presence, but there was a lot of conversations that were very self-centered.
Right.
And I think that's a big shift between me and Adelia and somebody else, was that this person was constantly asking, well, Mark, what are you going to do for me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mark, why isn't that for me? Oh, I want that.
Yeah.
This is mine. I want this. Give that to me.
Right.
And there was no like, hey, Mark, I brought you this. Or, hey, Mark, let's go out and do something fun.
Right.
So I think that's an important like point to put inside of that perspective of like, you would have totally helped that person had they just been more proactive in their own life.
Right.
You can't help Here's the thing, guys. You cannot help somebody that isn't already trying to help themselves proactively.
100%.
I hate that.
Also, a thing about me is I make executive decisions. I am the decision maker.
Yeah.
I think it says a lot about someone. Say you're in a group of friends and you guys are like, where do you guys want to eat? And everybody's like, I don't know. I'm the person that makes the fucking decision.
Yep.
Let's get pizza. And everybody's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, try to be that person. And if it's not, like, if you're uncomfortable being that person, like, I think that's great.
Yeah.
Push yourself out of your comfort zone. Make those executive decisions.
Mm-hmm.
It says a lot about who you are if you're able to make the decisions.
Absolutely.
And sometimes, you make bad decisions. And sometimes people don't like the decisions you make. But, like, I made a decision and you didn't.
Yeah.
Like.
At the end of the day, your life keeps going with or without them.
100%.
And that's a very attractive quality, by the way.
Absolutely.
People might think you're a dick, but at the end of the day, there's more respect in that than there is anything else.
And also, we'll end on this. The type of person you are can be really shown on if you return your shopping cart in the mall or not. After grocery shopping, if you're the person that leaves your shopping cart next to the
other cars,
or puts it on the grass so it doesn't move and doesn't take it back to the rack, you're a fucking lazy ass.
You're a piece of shit.
Go put it back where you found it.
Did it hurt you to walk that extra 20 seconds?
Bro, that says a lot about who you are. Next time you guys go to the grocery store, you damn better freaking put that shopping cart back.
Goddamn right, boy.
And if
Put
you
it back.
don't, then you're a shitty person.
You're a shitty person. God damn it.
And on that note, we're going to drive back to LA where our problems will still exist. But this was refreshing.
This is nice. We'll say goodbye, Big Bear.
Goodbye, Big Bear. I might be back next weekend, not going to lie.
I probably won't.
All right.
Farewell.
We